In this demo, let's see how to use the gsutil command line interface to interact with storage. So here I am in a project inside the storage service, and I got Google Cloud Shell open. Now notice there are no buckets that have been created at this point in this project. Now I could create a bucket from the console if I wanted to. So I give my bucket a great long unique name and then specify where in the world I wanted the bucket, and then hit create, and that'll create the bucket for me. So now I have this bucket right here. Once I have a bucket, then from the console I could select the bucket, and then I could upload files and folders to the bucket. But we want to do this programmatically with the CLI, not with the console. So the CLI for interacting with storage is gsutil, or Google Storage Utilities. gsutil commands look a lot like Linux file system commands. So if I type gsutil ls, then notice it'll show me all the buckets that I have. Now, if I want to create a bucket programmatically, the command is gsutil mb for make bucket, and then you specify a location, and you have to give your bucket a name that's unique in all the world. So I have a little prepped code here that we're going to use as a little cheat. Now this first command I'm running here is just some bash shell magic that'll generate a unique name for my bucket. So this funny looking command generates a unique string with only lowercase letters and numbers, and we're going to store that in a variable called bucket name, and then here echo, that'll just output the name of our bucket. So first let's do that as sort of a prep. So this is going to be the name of our bucket right here. Now once I have the name of the bucket, then I'll use the mb command to make the bucket. So I'm going to do gsutil make bucket -l for location, and I'll put my bucket in US East 4, and then the name of the bucket prefixed with gsutil or gs:// and then this variable name that we just created. So let's copy that and we'll paste it into the shell. And that said it created the bucket. Now if I type gsutil ls, now I should see two buckets. So there they are, and then up here we could do a refresh and we see the bucket right here that we just created. Now I want to copy some files into the bucket. So notice in Cloud Shell, I'm in this folder, Space Invaders, and if I type ls, there's a bunch of files and folders within there. So if I wanted to copy just one file, then I would use gsutil cp for copy, and then this is the name of the file that I'm going to copy up into this folder. Now this, it could be more than one file, so you could have wildcards in there and so on, but let's just do that. So we'll copy a single file into the bucket we've just created, and it said the file copied, and now if we type gsutil ls and the name of our bucket, then we should see that file. So there it is right there. Now if I wanted to copy this entire directory, so notice if I type ls, I have many files and folders within this directory here. So there's a command rsync that you can use to synchronize a folder with a bucket. So it's gsutil rsync -r for recursive, meaning get all the folders and subfolders and so on inside the current folder here, and then we'll copy them into the bucket that we've just created. So let's try to do that. Okay, so that copied all the files, so let's run gsutil ls again, and that'll show us all the files that we've copied up into the bucket. If I want to delete all the files in the bucket, then we use the rm command. gsutil rm, again, -r for recursive, and then the name of the bucket /* meaning delete every file within the bucket. Now if we type ls again in the bucket name, the bucket should be empty, which it is. Now at that point I've not removed the bucket. So if I type gsutil ls, we see we still have the 2 buckets. If I want to remove the bucket, then it's the rm command again, but remove the /* and just only include the bucket name. And that'll remove the bucket. Now if we type ls, now the bucket will be gone. As you would suspect, there are many more gsutil commands available. You can look at the documentation, but that'll get you started. This is Doug Renstrom with ROI Training.